Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for the Straightjacket podcast 275 now, which is crazy journey. Shout out to everybody who's been here from the start, man. I was on Flawless's channel yesterday talking about the early years of the Straightjacket podcast. Big up to Flawless. Make sure you check it out. Sarcasm City specials. And yeah, man, we're here, 275. You know what I mean? 25 more down to go, and we're on what? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man, Nuruddin, man. 300 podcast, man. So big up to everybody who's been on the journey. We got man like Nuruddin here today, man. It's still relatively cold for, you know what I mean, late March, Nuruddin, man.
March,
You know what I mean? Man got his scarf and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. Big up Straightjacket podcast, massive. Love, man. Big up to everybody. Yeah, man. 100%, Saeed. 100%. Been in been at work, so yeah, just got in now. And yeah, Ramadan, mashallah, alhamdulillah, it's going all right. Going well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just on that, innit? A bit of a break. Took a bit of a break,
Yeah.
you know. It's my B day last week, so I just chilled for the rest of it. I was gonna do a couple of streams, but I was just like, you know what? Let me just relax.
Yeah.
It's Ramadan and that. Let me just chill. Because there'll be so much things to talk about. But yeah, I got an interesting show planned for later. Because yeah, I'm getting my system's getting a bit sick of this PRBS, man, and fans are just buying it, following it up. But yeah, I'm good, bro. Big up to you, though.
Yeah, man. Big up, man. Big up Musa, man. I can't believe we didn't see each other, man.
Yes,
In
Musa.
London. Can you believe it?
In London, I can't believe it. The man there, I saw Statman. Statman was like, "Yeah, Saeed's around the corner." I said, "You're lying." He said, "Yeah, he's recording." But because I was doing the pop up in the shop, I couldn't really leave. We were just there for the week,
Yeah.
and I had no one else to kind of take over. So I just said, "Yeah, I thought I might see you walking up to come and get some food or something."
Bro, man, I'm telling you, man. You know what it was there? Because my leg is still mashed up, man. I didn't really have the capacity.
I forgot
You know what
all
I mean?
about it.
Man.
I forgot you're
man.
moving like Malasia. I forgot yours on the Malasia
Yo,
treatment.
yo, I'm
Out
telling
the
you, man.
game.
Listen, Malasia, man. I hope he's well, man, because we're hearing some mad news at the minute with Malasia, man. So
What's
big
going
up
on
to
with him? I ain't
Malasia,
heard
man.
nothing at all. I've been at the loop. I haven't been checked in since I've been
Bro,
at the.
they're saying that he's got some, I don't know, man. There was some reports about his mental health and that, and his physical health
Listen,
deteriorating. And that. But I don't know, man. It's one of them. You don't know what to believe nowadays because footballers have, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. They're out and about, but they're also like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not, you know what I mean? Like, some
yeah.
people ghost in it. Like, they don't go on social media and whatnot. Big up to Lee, man, for the raid, man. Big up to you, man. But like, some people don't do much, like, you know what I mean? So it's one of them, man.
Yeah.
Man, I say witness protection, you know, it's crazy, man. I don't know, man.
It's mad.
Was he friends with Promise in it though? He's friends with Promise and that in it. So I don't know, man. It's a
I think
mad.
people underestimate because a lot of English players never go abroad. I think people underestimate how it is to go abroad to a new country and really establish yourself and be away from friends and family and what you know at a young age. And we've hardly ever seen it from English players, but it's always expected for the foreign players just to be able to come in, settle in, and I think it's something underestimated. It's always difficult to go anywhere without friends and family and then have to just kind of settle in, man.
Yeah, man, 100%, man. So now, listen, big up to Malassi. I hope he's well, man. You know, I'm trying to say, but you know what it is with United, though, man. I've noticed, man, people ghost and you don't really know about them. Like, it's a weird nature about my United, where you know what I mean. Remember Phil Jones? You had the Sands situation. You had Bear, like people like just they go missing. Donny, you don't hear from him. You don't hear
Yeah.
from this player here. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like this is what Ineos have basically got to make sure that don't happen again. Is when players come in, they feel like they're part of the team, the group. You know what I'm saying? But they
Yeah.
don't left behind and that. You know what I mean? You know what's going on. You know what their whereabouts and that, and you know that they enjoying themselves, innit? You feel me? So it's a bit of a mad one still, man. But big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you don't like the video. We've got a show today talking about Omar Berrada. Finally, we're hearing about Omar Berrada. And we're going to talk about, can Ineos compete with the best, man? Are they all talk or are they going to compete as well with the best, man? But there's some news coming out today from Nuruddin's favorite journalist. Omar Berrada would be the de facto kingmaker on any decision taken over Eric Ten Hag's future. Jim Ratcliffe does not want to intervene to determine Ten Hag's fate and intends to delegate the football expertise of Berada. So it looks like Berada could be the one that decides the fate of Eric Ten Hag. You know what? I actually like that, because I feel like I trust Omar Berrada the most out of anyone in that Ineos camp. Like, no, hear me out, hear me out. I just feel like I can trust him more because I've seen what he done at Man City. You know what I mean? I've seen some of his work or whatnot. And, you know what I mean? He just looks like a guy who's not phased by emotion. I need someone who's not phased by the emotion of the fans. You know, because fans can lead you wrong way, man. Imagine we had, decision making at Old Trafford. Imagine the Must had decision making at Old Trafford, man. I don't think they would be all, like, what I'm saying? Like, so I think Omar Berrada, I think he's the one, man. Dan Ashworth is a different situation. The other people that have different roles, but this Omar Berrada, even this guy, what's his name? Brailsford. I think even though he's performance based, he's not a footballing man. You feel me? Whereas Omar Berrada is a footballing man. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? So I feel like he's the one, man. But what are you lot saying, man? Lord, I start off with you. Is that something that will kind of like? How do you react to that news, bro?
Well, so if you know how CEO works, innit? If you know like CEO role, they run the operations, they run the show.
Yeah,
they're in charge. You know what I mean? Owners do one thing, but they employ CEO to run the company for them. That's what happened. And I'll talk on 2 points. In general, I'm sick of the PR, this PR spin thing, this kind of like we need to have a Northern stadium. I don't give a damn about Northern. I want Manchester United Stadium. If you can't afford it, then let the people know. I'm not asked about
15,000, man. It's a mega stadium.
The stadium for the North.
Listen, I'm not asked. I'm not the North, mate. I'm Manchester United. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I'm Manchester United. It's like the same thing. People were tagging me. Oh, Bruno's doing bits for. I'm like, I don't give a damn what you do for your country. Is what we're going to talk about that. Straightjacket, but I don't care what your own form is for international. Are you doing the business for Manchester United? That's it. But so I'm getting tedious. Side, it's getting tedious for me. I'm getting irritated by this Ineos PR and you know the just quarter sexuals, all of them just getting it. You know what I mean? Sending stuff to me, tagging me and stuff. I'm just like, stop it. I'm not asked about this lot. I'm asked about a stadium that is. But we still call it Old Trafford because it still be Old Trafford because it's right next to the stadium where Old Trafford is. So that's what I'm interested in. But in terms of Berada, Berada is a guy. This is the big jump for him, Saeed. He was he was the City Group's guy, development guy, or whatever his role was. To become a CEO of being a Manchester United is a different level of caliber of a job. You know what I mean?
You got so much shit to start off with. You got so much kind of crap to start off with.
People are going to think that he's done this job. He's not done a CEO role before. So it's going to be new to him. So he needs some grace. I mean, anybody needs the grace. But to me, the PR so much that, that time of grace that they would get generally. I'm not with that because they're already making the Glazers stay here anyway. You know what I mean? They're already I'm already peed off with them. I'm not buying this PR. But in terms of Berada, yes, that role as a CEO is a CEO. Owners hire CEOs to do the job, right? So I'd be worried if the owners were getting involved, who to hire, you know what I mean? Like, what's his name? Like Ibrahimovic was doing at Chelsea. He was running things, you know what I mean? He ran really close, tight ship, but he still had a CEO. So at the end of the day, he's coming and he's going to have to show the City lot and show the rest of world football if he can help to bring this giant, stir this big giant ship around and get it going in the right direction. Because I don't think we're in the right direction. So it's going to be on him. So you having that faith, you can have that faith. But he's not. A lot of people don't understand. He's not done the CEO job. He's not been the boss. He's been one of the
COO at Man City.
Yeah.
COO.
He's not been, but he's not been the CEO. Yeah. And CEO, you are the boss. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah. We shall see. But I'm still waiting for this kind of like all this other stuff with Dan Ashworth, and even him. Like, I mean, one of the news slipped up the other day. They were like, I saw them reporting yeah, he's already on it because I feel like he's gonna have his PR team. We are the PR. Manchester United is the PR. I always tell people, Manchester United, no other club in world football does PR more than we do, right? So every department, even though this new Ineos, they're gonna have their PR. So it almost seems like Jim the Judas is getting a lot of, you know what I mean? He's out there and he's getting a lot of PR. And everybody's forgetting about Berada. But then somebody came out the other day and was like, oh yeah, Berada is on it already, he's making calls. And then they were like, and you're like, well, really, are they? Can you officially say that? Because he's got that time. He's got that gardening leave from Man City. So that's 6 months. So can he really come in? So it's just mad, Saeed. I don't expect anything to happen, really, in terms of decisions to be made. Of course, everybody does it when you're on gardening leave. He's in contact with a lot of people. But I just don't like the PR, too much PR that's coming out so far.
Yeah.
I'm not liking it.
Big Up Elder says, Omar did our sports sponsorship deals and assisted Tixie in signings mainly. But you know what it is, though? I feel like, you know, Musa, this Jim guy, he feels like, I feel like for me, from what I've watched of him, he feels like he's on a journey, man. He's just kind of happy to be the owner and then let the man do the job in it. You get me? That's what a business owner does, though. I feel like business owners, they created the business, they built the brand, but then they tell the guys that they pay, yo, you do the job for us, man. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I think it's clever, but it's also, you know what I mean? Like, it's a risk as well, because obviously, Nuri's just said it now, it's his first kind of role as CEO, Musa. You know what I mean? So, it's not as if he's got, you know what I'm saying? But I still got confidence in Omar Berrada. Yeah,
I got confidence in him as well. I just feel like what we've had for the last 10 years and what we've been told we're going to have, I think there's going to always be a level of improvement. Would it be, I just feel like the other clubs around us, though, the Man Cities, the Liverpools, these type of clubs, you know, the Barcelonas, the Real Madrids, even the Juventuses of this world are always still going to be a step ahead in terms of their structure and what they're trying to do. And I feel like you always see it with astute signings that they've got. Like when you look at Italian football, they kind of rebuilt the whole league off, you know, free signings, being able to get the best free signings in world football that still had 18 months to 2 years to deliver. And then they went and delivered on a few stages and European football and kind of put them back in a space where young players wanted to join those clubs. And they also kind of revamped their academies. I'm looking at Man United and I'm thinking like this Berada guy is meant to be coming in and okay, now they're talking about he's going to be picking the managers. So why are we getting linked with flipping this brother out England, Southgate? Where's that coming from? Obviously, I'm with you, but where's that If we know that this is the man that's going to be picking
it's Ashworth.
Where is this?
Ashworth links. I think
this what I'm saying.
Ashworth. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But there's that British core at Man United now. And is my man going to find himself in a role where he's getting undermined? Like, it's only Man United where man's whispering to the owners like, Jim, I'm telling you, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, is he going to come in a place where things are going to go? Because any other club, we would expect things to go how they're meant to go. But is he going to get there and start realizing that there's a few people underneath him that's got a bit more power than he does, or, you know, their say-so is a bit stronger? And then on top of that, the question I always ask is, the Glazers ain't gone nowhere. They still hold the majority of the club. Where's their CEO? Like, who's the man that represents them in the club at this moment of time? These are all people that represent Jim Ratcliffe and are working for Jim Ratcliffe, and he's the one that's appointing them.
They said, you're taking the football control away from us, basically, essentially.
But they're going to but any shrewd investor is still going to need a man inside to make sure that things are going on how they're meant to be going on. So who's that man for them? Who's that man to be like?
John Myrtle.
Who do you think?
John
Myrtle. So
around. It's John Myrtle. And
this is what I'm thinking.
It's John Myrtle, basically. He's the guy that's the middleman. He's the guy that snitches on them, basically.
So he ain't going nowhere. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, he's the snitch. He's the inside man. So he can't be going anywhere. So then I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, is it going to work? So we look at the club and we look at what we're trying to establish. And then we look at even the dynamics of the board and how that's going to look like with the Glazers and the directions that the new football structure is going to be trying to take. And I'm just like, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know if this experiment's going to work, because this is an experiment. And we've already got snitches on the inside of the experiment. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
And people are seeing it for what it is. We're already be like this. The way we were linked with Southgate in the last week was atrocious.
It was
And had
aggressive, innit?
he,
It was
yeah,
aggressive, innit?
aggressive. It was aggressive. Had he
Yeah,
won
yeah.
against Brazil with any type of flair, it would have been madness for
Wallahi.
us.
Bro,
Madness.
wallahi, I was gonna say,
I might
man.
have broke my fast. They might have broke my fast the way I would have reacted. Because I would have been fuming.
Bro, Ineos out, mate. If they get Southgate, it's Ineos out, mate. I don't care what anybody says, mate. Listen, it's some things I said. No, I'm being serious, Nordin. I'm going from, you know what I mean, the PR team, Nordin, that you cooked all of me, yeah, to Ineos out, mate. I'm telling you, season ticket will be handed over. Everyone can get it. Like, I'm done, man. For that 3 years, man ain't about, man. Because at the end of the day, it's a wasted 3 years. Man's never done anything at club
Southgate.
level. So this idea that, but you know what it is though? I just want someone and something to dead it. Like, it's very, very much
Yep.
pissing me off. The fact that it's
Same.
lingering around, man. And I've got to hear
I hate
about
it.
it all the way through the Euros, after the Euros. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, and this is why
The
Nagelsmann,
fact.
you know
Go
Nagelsmann,
on.
yeah? He put it on Germany and any club. If you want me, I will make a decision by April or May. And now Germany have come out and basically said, yo, like, what was it called? We were thinking of maybe giving you a new contract now. So he's been the boss and said, yo, if you want me, give me a new contract. So
Mm.
Southgate should come out and say, yo, listen, if you want me,
Yeah.
come and give me a contract now, because then I'll be watching Man United and England to see who makes the first kind of move. You feel what I'm trying to say, bro? Who makes the
Listen,
first move?
you see the
You know?
Southgate thing. I went straight to Ten Hag in. As soon as I heard Southgate, I said, "I'm Ten Hag in. The concussion's wearing off. My boy's gonna, my boy's gonna make it." I said anything but Southgate because Southgate is just like, I don't even know where that came from, but the way it's so aggressive, it's made me uneasy. Like, it's made me uneasy. It's made me really start to check this new structure that we got in. I said, you know what? Norridin has been telling us a couple things from early, but no one's listening. I said, are we going down
I
this
know
road
you
again?
need to stop predicting. That's the problem with Nuruddin's problem, yeah? You need to stop predicting things, man, because everything comes into fruition. You know what I mean? And
It's
I'm guilty
problems.
of I've said things like in the past, like, nah, you're wrong, Nuruddin. You know what I mean? Come on, stop being
Yeah.
negative. And you know, it comes into fruition. So that's just the experience of Nuruddin and watching my United for the past 20 odd years, you know what I'm saying? But
It's peak, it's
nah,
peak,
man.
it's peak, it's peak.
I wish,
Kingsley says
honestly,
Ashworth and Omar will clash bad feeling. Bro, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I hope not, man. I hope
well,
not.
they
You know
need
what
to
it is,
work
yeah?
together. They need to develop a
They
good
need to
working
work together.
relationship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead, Lord. Say what you gonna say.
You know what? It's fascinating. We're gonna come to it more, but the rumors are real, by the way. And I've got my 2 pence on it. I'll say it here. We're gonna discuss it more and United Real Therapy later. But it's real because the source is basically Ineos putting the feelers out there, testing the temperature. That's what it's called, Saeed. It's Ineos putting it out there, testing the temperature, because they basically want to change the whole model. We'll talk about it more. They just want coaches now. They don't want managers. They want coaches. They put a football structure to manage the football club, and they want coaches. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But we already dubbed him, Saeed, you know, in United Real Therapy. We called him Ole Gunnar Southgate. When did we call that? We called it like,
that.
you know what I mean? You know, when the World Cup was on, Ole Gunnar Southgate, you know what I mean? We're calling it. So, you know what I mean? If you give me Southgate and Ole Gunnar, I'll take Ole Gunnar.
All
Give me
day.
Southgate and Ten Hag, I'll take Ten Hag. You know what I mean? It's that
All day.
level. It's that level. I see England.
Man, forget it, man. We forget his Middlesbrough state.
Yeah, I see England scared, man. England have got this. England have got amazing attack, right? The best form of defense is attack. They've got an amazingly talented attack. Front six, front seven, they could have. And my guy put the brakes on them. Like, talk about. Sometimes I look at England and think, what style are they playing? Even though on was it on Friday? Yeah, Friday. I saw them go halfway line a bit, but then I'm like, but then you also sat back then. Like, it was a bit, the tactics were a bit confusing. They pressed a bit high, and then they were dropping in as well. So it was like it's similar to what's going on, to be fair with everything.
This is what I'm trying to say, bro, man. This is what I'm trying to say, like. But this is why I believe, like, you know what, Omar Berrada, if he's given the keys, I think he's looking at the Girona manager, man. He's looking at more like De Zerbi. But even someone saying today that De Zerbi apparently is wanted by Barcelona or something, or somewhere else. I forgot. There's someone saying
People need
he
managers. Clubs need managers, bro.
yeah, I think someone was saying De Zerbi today is linked with
Real
somewhere.
Madrid. I saw links with Real Madrid. I saw links with Barcelona. I saw even links with Bayern Munich as well.
Yeah, so De Zerbi's a wanted man. So was it Bayern Munich? Okay, Bayern Munich want De Zerbi then. But then does that mean Xabi Alonso's going to stay then, or he might go thingy? He might go Liverpool. Xabi Alonso then. Yeah, 100%. But he's a guy that looks like for me that will go for a more. He will go for the manager he thought he was going to go and get at Man City when Guardiola leaves. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like he will go for that manager. You see what I mean? Like he won't go for that easy picking in Southgate.
Let me tell you, that guy, Saeed, is De Zerbi.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. See, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was Ten Hag. Remember, it was Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Remember when they thought Pep was going to head off, Ten Hag was on their list. Then it became De Zerbi. And we've got it on good info. De Zerbi and the closest managers in the Premier League are De Zerbi and Pep. They talk every week, apparently. Every week they chat on the phone. Chatting on the phone, FaceTiming. They love each other's tactics and all of that business, what they're doing. And you see Pep when he talks about De Zerbi.
Yeah.
You see him in the way he talks about it. So, yeah.
Ruben Amorim. Listen, I've always been a fond of Ruben Amorim, but I don't know, man. It's one of them where that's so left field. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is, I'm saying, like, you need to make him decisions right now, man, because I don't want to be scrambling in the summer and then everyone's left. You know, when you're scrambling and you go to Boxing Day, when you go to Boxing Day, yeah, you have to be there like 6, 7 a.m., man. You can't be going there at like 8:45. You know what I mean? Everything's gone. The sale's gone. You know what I mean? Like, my mum leaves at the house 5 a.m. And I'm like, why are you leaving 5 a.m. for? She said, no, you have to get in the queue early. The doors open early. The sale is there early. And we're just going to be there picking up the leftovers and that, bro. I don't want no leftovers. That's what Southgate is. He's a leftover. Because you know why? The tournament finishes at the end of... So the tournament finishes at the end of June, man. So the Euros, by the time he sorts all that out, it'll be like July, basically. And in July, the manager then has to identify targets.
Even if the tournament, even if it finished in April, it's still a leftover. Nobody ain't touching Southgate, my brother. Nobody wants Southgate. It's shocking. He's got a pick of the best British talent at his disposal, and you see what he musters up. He can go and get any, not at United where they might say, no, you can't get that one there, you can't get this one there. He can go and get any of the best British English talent, playing at the highest level, and you see what he serves up every time he's had to face any team of any level. And then they're out here bigging up England. I'm looking at these men like, have you seen the Portugal squad? And these men know what, like, who do they think they can just turn up and beat? This England team ain't going nowhere, my brother. Let's forget Southgate anyway. I don't want to waste my time with this Southgate stuff, but the fact that I'm seeing that, and like you said, it's proper, like, aggressive. I'm wondering what my man's thinking that's meant to be coming in to pick the manager, because he must be thinking, like, where's this coming from? It's coming from somewhere.
Yeah. But you know what it is, though? I'm not gonna lie to you, even though I believe, like, things are meant to be done in a timely fashion or whatnot, do you not think, like, it's getting a bit, like, you know what I mean? We're getting to the crunch time now of, like, before the season's ending, bro. Like, Ashworth is still not paying his 20 million. I can't believe a club that's negotiating a guy of his value. Like, broski, we spent 90 million on flipping Anthony, but you, man, can't squander up fucking 20 million. 20 million. You can't get up 20 million. Come on.
This is why you see what?
Yeah.
This is why with everyone that says, "Oh, you guys wanted cutter in," blah. This is why, bruv. Like, I'll tell you for free, sorry, we wouldn't be having these issues,
That's true.
All of this stadium for the North, Game of Thrones.
This comment here, sorry to cut you off. He's on gardening leave because Man United still not paid the 20 million. That's why he's on gardening leave. There's a clause in his contract that if you don't pay his release clause, he then stays on gardening leave. That's what it is. You pay the gardening leave, he's straight away with you. And he can start his job I say? He can start his job rather than starting it is it next year, etc.,
Yeah,
etc.
Newcastle have accepted that he doesn't want to stay. They've accepted and they're ready for him to go. They've accepted that. But like you said, the only reason he hasn't gone is because he's on that gardening leave. But they're looking for someone
Guys,
else to come in.
guys, Pegboy Carty, please let me just tell you something right here. Is it your money? Is it your money?
It's the club's money. It's the fans' money. It's the fans' money. It's all about money, yeah? We want, if the club wants to get somebody, go and get him.
It's Ineos' money. Ineos pay the money. It's down to them. They're sorting out the football structure. This is investment. It's investment. You will, if you pay this money right now, Nuruddin, yeah, you will then not have to pay the money later on for certain players. You'll do the right.
And you know what it is?
It'll save you money. Yeah, listen,
It'll save you money.
Listen, it's basically, it's the club's money. It's the money that the club generate through the fan base. So it's our money, but we want it to be used in an efficient way so the club can. So what if you get the guy now and he starts building? And he starts basically building and getting the targets. You could save the club a lot of money. You could save them 50 million, 100 million. You don't know that. You don't know in terms of signings. So if this is the guy that they're putting all their money in the basket, right? They've said this is the guy. Don't dilly about. We're dilly-dally FC again. In every sense of the way. But people told me, as soon as Ineos come in here, no dilly-dallying, no more moaning from you, no more Mr. Negative. There we go. Dilly-dally out for the past 2.5 months.
And if you don't want to, like you said, if you don't want to pay the money,
and then I see all these journalists. 1 second, I see all these journalists who are basically falling over themselves. Like Ineos moving so fast. All right, so what are they doing at Ashworth then? It's a circus. It's a circus. No, but where these Glazers, where the Ineos, they're together now. We're a circus.
Yeah.
Facts. I agree, man.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree, Noradine. And my thing is this: like that guy there, boy, quite whatever he was saying. Like he's saying 20 million. My thing, if you don't want to pay the 20 million, there was Paul Mitchell. He was free sitting at home. Like, go and get someone then. Like, just make the decision, but get people in. But if he's that important to you that you're going to overlook someone like Mitchell, who's at home, who you could get in and you don't have to pay anyone, because this guy Ashworth is so important to you, then pay the money. If not, go and get someone else in. There's a lot of operators at that level with good success rates in terms of the work that they do. We don't have to be stuck. And this is one of the things that I'm looking at. And one of the things is that I think sometimes when a process is taking place, we overlook certain things because we're in that giddy moment, like a lot of the time Noradine says. There's this Brexit FC thing going on here, lads, here. And I think we've overlooked it a lot because we're giddy. You know, we've got new ownership. People are coming in, but they're stuck on stupid with certain type of ways that they're trying to get the people in, and even the people that we're being linked with, all the way down to Southgate and Potter and all of that stuff. So what I'm saying is that we might have, like, history might make us look back on this and say, look, the signs were there. The signs were there. And that's one of the things that I'm thinking that as United fans, we've been through so much. We shouldn't be gullible, and you shouldn't just be able to walk into the club after, acquiring a quarter of it and keeping, the scum that the owners are in power, and then trying to buy us off and make us jump up and down with a few signings. Oh, we went and got City's main man. You weren't City's main man. Don't play games with us. City will tell you that. And I think it's also been fed to us that he was more important, or his importance to City is maybe more than what we're led to believe. Like, he's not the only man that makes City tick. He's got an important role. Go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, because you know what happened here? Big up to Big Ben's. I know Liverpool begged him to come back here, but they got Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes to the club back straight away. You know what I mean? And now they're going to be working while Klopp is going to eventually leave. So you know what they do? They stay basically sorting out the process of when he leaves, Liverpool won't be in as bad as a position had he left with nobody there to manufacture everything. Because you got to remember, and was it not them that brought Mo Salah and them, man, to the club, and Sadio Mane, rather than Klopp? Because Klopp wanted Julian Brandt and these guys, but it was obviously these guys that led that initiation of, you know what I mean, like the process of it. So I feel like, for me, it's not that I think they're not coming, Dan Ashworth and all these lot, but have the process ready, so when it's the summer, I feel like it's easier to kind of just get everything done because I'm just sick and tired of waiting around and paying more. I'm
Saeed,
sick
what
and
are we
tired of
waiting
waiting
for,
around.
Saeed? We waited for a whole year for them to actually get this
Yeah.
club. Do you know how long we waited? We waited for a
Circus,
whole
Musa,
year.
we're Circus FC, bro. This is what we are. When I tell people this is what the club is, we're Circus. We don't do anything. Like, we don't do anything. And then everybody was getting gas because of the Berada signing. Everybody was getting gas. Go, look, this is the new revolution, new change. Nah, this Ashworth thing, it's been going on for months, man. Pay the 10 million, pay the 15 million, whatever it is, pay it. If it's your guy, you must know taking
That's
a guy
it.
like that away from a team, from a club like Newcastle, who want to flex their muscles. This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to ask. My guy's got all the blueprint and all the paperwork. That's why, remember when Eddie Howe came out in the press conference, they basically changed his lock, man. You know, he's getting to the club, his access code and that. Denied laptops, everything taken.
Yeah.
See you later, because they're
This
like,
is also a
no.
good comment though as well. Big up to Danny. This is also a fair comment. People need to understand Liverpool's appointment didn't come from Premier League rivals, hence why they were able to implement straight away. Also, Liverpool's structure is already fully implemented. Yeah, that's another thing as well.
No. I'm sorry.
You don't think so? They just have to add a few gaps though. It's not as if we're starting a whole new structure.
Yeah, partly Danny's right. Partly he's right, but he's partly wrong as well. Because don't get it twisted. Liverpool, it was almost the beginning of the season side. They didn't have the analytics guys left. The sporting director left. The guy one of the CEOs, I think one of the guy who worked under him, he left. They had about 4 people that left that weren't there. Now that Klopp is leaving, Edwards is back because there was a power struggle between Edwards and Klopp. You know what I mean? Klopp was like, hey, no, because Klopp won. The owners trusted in Klopp more because he was winning than they trusted in their own structure. So they're going to need Liverpool need 3 or 4 to replace 3 or 4 people as well. Of course, Edwards was he was on garden leave, because he had a decent contract at Liverpool, and now they just bought him back. But there's other gaps they have to fill as well.
Yeah, my thing is this though, man. If you go for one of your rivals, best, if not rival, but someone who's competing for the top 4, he's got ambitions to one day win the league in the next 5 years. If you go for one of their key assets, just like if it was like a striker or a midfielder, they're going to ask you for a big ticket. You're not just going to walk in. So the minute United said, yeah, we're going to go to them, and it's like Man City. They will go to one of these big clubs and they'll say, yeah, we'll give you 80 million, 90 million for your player, 100 million, whatever it is, Grealish, get him in. People don't want to sell. They don't want to sell. So you know that this is the man that's kind of overseen the little revolution so far that Newcastle's had. He's been key to the success on the pitch. And you just think you're going to go to the Arabs and say to them, yeah, we're going to give you 5 million for it. They don't even need your money. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's true, It's true. But you know what it is, though? I feel like it's one of them where, big up to King Zins. He said, I don't want Ashworth anywhere near United, to be honest. Listen, everybody can't do this now, though, man. Because we were all happy a couple of weeks ago that Ashworth was coming to Man United. I still think he's a good man for the job. I just think it's taking a while. Like, Man United, you know what they do? They suck the life out of you in terms of excitement. This is what it does. It's like when, what was that signing when he came in where everybody was like, bro, man, I'm not even Arsenal anymore, man. He's here now. What was the signing? There was a signing this season.
That was Bruno and Sancho. They done the same though with our signings.
Sancho, yeah, man. By the end of it, I was like, okay, cool now. You know what I mean, bro? Like, it sucks the excitement. You're on mute, already. You're on mute. That's what it does.
I think it was Amrabat. I think it was Amrabat.
Amrabat. Let's not talk about that one. Let's.
They dragged it out,
Let's not talk about that.
But they dragged them all out, though. We normally go in like a transfer window before we get a player. We done the same with Sancho all year. Then we waited. But before Fergie, you just hear something like 2-3 days. Next minute, man's on a plane. It's touching down.
Musa, listen, I used to go that Musa. You know the place where they used to do the medical? Saeed knows.
Yeah.
Around the corner from me. It's around the
Yeah.
corner. I used to cycle there, bro, and see what's going on. And, like, I know
Look at
one
that.
kid that used to work there. I used to go, you know what? Just let me know what's happening, man, so I can come and have a
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
We used to
There
gather
used to be
there,
a
man.
Somali security officer, man. You know Carl, his dad, was a security officer there, and he'd be telling everyone what's going on, and he'd be like, yo. And I remember the Van Persie one. We all ran there, mate. The Van Persie one, was crazy,
Look at
man.
that.
But now, you know what I mean? You don't know, man. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, it's one of them, man. Big up to Stick. He says, we're moving like Todd Bowley when he first joined Chelsea, splashing cash at anyone and everyone, just hoping this works out. Bro, if we turn into Chelsea, bro, hey, listen, man. I hope not, because you know what it is with them, their structure was bad, though, man. Like with Berada, this has got some success story. Did anyone know about Clear Lake? Does anybody know of their successes? Todd Bowley's success story. Yeah, LA Dodgers. I don't really watch, you know what I mean, the LA Dodgers and that, but I don't know their success story. With Omar Berrada, he's got a success story. Dan Ashworth has got a success story. Will Cox has got a success story. It's just about blending them together and becoming this kind of Avengers. We could have the Avengers. If it works well, Nuruddin and Musa, we could have the Avengers. I'm telling you, but if they don't click, man wants to shine, and maybe he doesn't want to work with that brother.
But my thing is this, Look at this though. Yeah, let me say this. Okay, cool. These let's just play devil's advocate. These names that we've been linked to. What other massive club has gone in for them?
Yeah, Berada.
What other massive club? Yeah, that's the only one though, because he's come from City. But the other ones that we talk about, Wilcox and Ashworth, and as good as they've been, I think like there's this blinkers on. And I think the best way for me to explain it is like the English national team. They this overhyping of individuals, and you know they have the capabilities, but when it comes to getting over the line, they never do it. And I'm like, because it's different, you know, spending money at a smaller club and getting people in and making certain things happen, than going to a club that has to deliver. You're really competing on fine margins right at the top, whether you're going to pick up that trophy or not. And some of these clubs that these guys have been on, they've never really had to pick up any trophies or anything. They've just had to stabilize around 10th position in the league and get players that can keep them there. But that fine line to get players that can be consistent, because think about it, the players that's coming at Brighton, they've never been consistent over a season of 38 games. They've never been consistent. And this is why they've always finished off 7th, 8th, whatever, and they've done well. But they
finished it. But that was before. I think he left though. Once he left, I think they went into Europe, because before that,
I know. But I'm just saying the level of consistency over the Premier League game. Like if you look at a level of consistency in terms of having, because remember, side, it's fine margins. Do you know what I'm saying? That level of consistency to be able to pick up points over at least 30 games, and then at least 8 of them you might lose and draw. You can't be you need to be winning a massive amount of games throughout the league, and being able to identify players that have that level of consistency that can get you that 8 out of 10 game in, game out, game in, game out. And I feel like when you come to United, that's what you're being asked of. And I'm looking at some of these players, they've also gone on.
These are not bad players, you know, when you deep it that, guys. Caicedo was a player that we were meant to get. Remember Nuruddin and Musa? That January transfer window, they got him. Cucurella, I'm not going to lie to you, I think overall he's a decent left back. It's not great for me. Trossard, been a good signing. McAllister, 7 million from South America. Mitoma.
But again, Saeed, man, I'm looking at these players, and none of these players are screaming out Barcelona, Real Madrid, Juventus. They're not.
On, man. Bro,
none of them are. Because if you lined up, 12 players, how many we got? If you line up 12 players that's come into Madrid in the last whatever period of time, it won't be these fellas that we're looking at.
Nah. McAllister could play for Real Madrid. Caicedo could play for Real Madrid.
In front of who?
I think Isak could play for Barcelona. You know what I mean, and whatnot.
Nah, man. So like, I'm not disrespecting this, but what I'm trying to say is that these man. What I'm saying is Dan Ashworth is not like a player who we want him to get us to a certain level, then we're going to replace him. This is the man to get us to the next level and to get us over. If he's going to make us,
Look at the fees.
I'm happy with that though. But as long as the fan base is prepared to be, is prepared to be second and third and just sit thereabouts and get Champions League football and be happy with that. But I'm talking about if we want to get us over the line and make us contenders again. I don't know, man.
Bro, people
Listen,
are saying,
that's why I
yeah,
disagree. Saeed. That's why
Yeah.
I disagree with Musa. Musa, Manchester United have to get themselves in a position where they're playing good football, attractive football. When you play an attractive football, I promise you, and when the fans are connected, everybody's connected, then it becomes an attractive place to come. At this moment in time, Manchester United is a toxic place to come. So, to me, and then when the big ballers come, the best players in the world, Manchester United can throw their hat in the ring. At this moment in time, we can't throw our hats in the ring for anybody. We can't.
I'm with you, but I'm just talking about.
Listen, I just want to give a background, right? He gets a lot of the credit, but let's be real out here, Saeed. Dan Ashworth, they already had a structure built in already and scouting network.
I know.
It's not just all him, you know. And Newcastle is also similar as well with the Saudi. Obviously,
Nah, Newcastle were dead. No. Newcastle, he helped build that, man. Come on, Nuruddin. He helped build all the players.
Listen, the Saudi money excess to pay who can hire and stuff like that. But if you bring it back up, I'll tell you about the Newcastle. I knew that kid from Everton was talented. He's great.
Yeah, Gordon.
Yeah.
Bring you up again.
Yeah,
Gordon.
He's talented. I've always rated. I remember the first time I saw Isak
It's
when
hard.
Isak played against us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought,
Yeah.
Yo, this guy's solid. Livramento, I really rate. Livramento.
They're all good players.
Tonali.
Harvey Barnes is underrated, man. Harvey Barnes is good.
Nah.
By the way, someone's saying here, look at the prices compared to Newcastle. Of course, because Newcastle have money and Brighton didn't. So that's where they got overpriced. But there's a super chat here, yeah. Big up to K Mill says, Musa, what you waffling about? Brighton and Newcastle had both financial restrictions. For their budget, Ashworth signings have been pretty good. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they've been bad signings, both of them. You know what I mean? Tonali, Isak.
Man, I'm just telling him that I'm just saying, treating it as when we talk about players who have played for Brighton, have played for teams like Newcastle, and then we say that now they got to go and do it at the highest level at Man City or at United. I said there's a different level of pressure when I've given you £12 to go and make a good job of something, or if I've given you £200 side and I said, yeah, go and bring me back something decent. Not everyone can deliver with the big money. And that's all I'm going to say. So I'm just saying that the impetus that we've put on this man, that is 20 million that we're going to have to pay for him. We're waiting for him now, so we can't even get him into the hot seat now. I'm just saying, aren't there people out there that have a similar track record to him that can come in now?
Okay, there are. Someone said it before, a Compost. I wanted Compost from
Exactly. So what are we waiting for? That's all my point is.
No, but he's at PSG. And whether he thinks PSG's project is going to be any good once Mbappe leaves, it's a different situation. But then you've got my man from flipping Claude LeBlanc. You know, he should be going to PSG and saying, yo, I know you guys, let's sort out a deal. You know what I mean? So that is that in itself. You've got Paul Mitchell, who... I don't know. Maybe
that's who I was going for. Maybe the Buzz, but I thought Paul Mitchell would have come in. I thought that would have been a good shout for us. You don't have to pay anyone anything. He can come in, and he's also got a track record in terms of what he's done at Southampton and other teams. And it's similar to what I'm seeing in front of me. So I don't know. I don't get gassed about the restrictions.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, this is what I'm saying. Has Paul Mitchell got the PR? Has he got the is he the flavour of the month now? But Ragnick told us about this guy 2-3 years ago.
But we didn't. Can I just say this? Apparently, Ineos have always liked Dan Ashworth and how Dan Ashworth, David Brailsford, there's connections. They're just getting their boys in it, jobs for the boys.
Jobs for the boys.
And connections. But if some people can do the job, I don't mind it. If people can do the
boys
job,
is different. You know what it is, Nuruddin? You can't use that word, though. For me, it's a bit harsh here. Using jobs for the boys.
He's what I want. He's jobs for the boys. And you know what? I don't want to do that. They're bringing you Southgate. So get ready. Strap in. Get ready to bring you
you know what it is?
That's what he does, jobs for the boys.
No, I'm not doing that. People use jobs for the boys.
Strap in.
No, because you know what it is, yeah? There's job for the boys, yeah, where I bring the whole mandem in, yeah, to a job that they're not qualified to do. And I tell Musa to do the digging, and I tell him to do plumbing, and his plumbing role ain't that. You know, he's more of a speaker, he's more of a, you know what I'm saying to you? But there's job for the boys up. I'm bringing in
Just keep me on a double glazing. I can clean double glazing. That's all I can do, yeah.
But you see what I mean? So you bring in people that you can trust. You know what I mean? You bring a squad and you build a team. You know what I mean? I'm not calling it. Listen, I use the Avengers. I use that. You know what I mean? Take it what you wish. Yeah, it's just a pun of words. Yeah, but at the same time, you're building in the best in class. These guys that are coming in, they're the best in class. It's just whether United can get them all together and Ineos can build a structure properly so that we don't get fleeced. We don't get, that we're efficient as well at our jobs. All the brights get too light for people. And they're like, whoa, what do we do here, man? We've never been rejected by 40 million. Wow, Man United tax is real. What's going on? Is any setback happens, yeah? You see what I mean, Wilson?
I'm with you and I agree with you. My thing is that I think we got like the way we are, we're basically dancing around for Ashworth. I think it should have been the other way around for the guy that we got from Man City, because I feel like what we've been told, what he's done and what he's been able to accomplish. If you would have told me that we've got him on gardening leave and we have to pay 20 million to get him out of City, I think that would have been more palatable for me to understand based on the success of the stuff that they've done. But I just feel like Ashworth coming from Brighton and Newcastle, I don't think it's something that I should be waiting for. I don't think this is something that we should be sitting here being like banged to rights against. And there were some reports coming out saying that they're happy to for him to not be in the position for the start of the season. Some people saying that he might not even be here for the start of the season. If we start the season and this guy's not in, where are we going with all that?
But that's what I'm trying to say. That's where I'm like, I'm not having John Myrtle do that. You know what I mean? I'm not even having Omar Berrada do that, Joe.
See what everybody told me that?
What was that, sorry?
Everybody told me that. Everybody understood, like, the Glazers is their man. I told everybody and that. John Murta is the Glazers man. He's their
what's he doing in Spain, by the way? What's he doing in Spain? What's he doing in Spain with my man?
Little poodle, mate. That's what he is. The way they promoted him, the way that he's there, he does what the Glazers ask, what the Glazers want. So you can have your football structure, but Murta is there to keep an eye on everybody, mate, to watch everybody.
The mouthpiece. Listen, Kate Mills coming for you now. Kate Mills coming for you. By the way, 955 of you here, not even 500 likes. What is going on? It's Ramadan.
It's Ramadan. You know what? Honestly.
Come on, man.
Honestly.
Come on, people. We're giving you a good topic, and this is a very, very good show. So please, if you can, like the video, cost you nothing. Looks like a thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. K Mill says, calm down, Nuruddin. If it was jobs for the boys, it would have been Blanc, but Brailsford snatched Berada from City. Come on, man. We don't need to be negative. Is that be so negative? Yeah.
Listen, big up K Mill. What I'm saying to you is that I don't mind jobs for the boys if the boys can do the job. Saeed gave the example. If you give the boys for the job, if the boys can't do the job. But what I'm saying to you is that the reason why what Musa was saying about getting somebody else, I was saying these people already have got connections. Brailsford, Ashworth, there's connections already being made. And actually, Ashworth was the guy that I told you. So I remember me telling you, United spoke to Ashworth, and Ashworth were like, "Well, what terms? What do you want me to do? Do you want me just to trend, like, you know what I mean, or be the boogie guy to be trending on Twitter like Woodward was? You know what I mean? Or are you serious?" And yet Manchester United were not serious. Remember, I told you they weren't serious.
Yeah, you're right.
He swerved them and went to Newcastle. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. I mean, for him to leave a job like that, and by the way, he leaves jobs as well. That's another thing.
Yeah, because you know why? It's Man United. Man United, man. Come on, man. You're getting a better wage. You're getting a better living of life. You're getting status.
More pressure,
you know what I mean?
mate.
Come on, man.
Saeed, you're getting more trends
pressure,
on Twitter.
but I like that, though.
If you need more trends,
I like
Twitter,
that, though.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that some guy said Newcastle job is too easy for me, and I don't like it. And also, they had some restrictions over there. A lot of people are not talking about the FFP restrictions that they have at Newcastle. So he thought to himself, you know what, man? I don't think you lot know what you're doing, really. I don't think this model's working. You know what I'm saying to you? And ultimately, Newcastle, I think they're going to sell a lot of players this summer, you know. I really do. I think Isak might go. I think Bruno Gomes will go. I think, you know what? People are not looking at that Newcastle project. I'm thinking, yo, man, they're in a bit of a situation because they don't have the revenue of Man United.
That's it.
Newcastle, I'm sorry, you're not going to be a big club if you can't create your own revenue. You know what I mean? Man City, Listen,
Cook the
we'll
box,
talk
mate.
about that in a couple of years.
They cooked it, mate. They baked it, mate. They baked it. Trust me, they baked it like nobody's business, mate. And the only thing, Saeed, it'll be the most typical Manchester United thing to do would be to know that Berada was involved in all of that as well, cooking the books. That could you imagine? Could you, other than like damaging the football?
Nah, I don't want to imagine it.
Berada, you remember what happened to Paratici at Spurs?
Yeah, I know. If you were Ineos, would you invest 1.65 billion and keep Eric Ten Hag? But I don't know, man. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't know, man. I'm just kind of like, I don't think, you would come into a house, and keep the old furniture there. I just don't think you do that, man. I've got my new house coming in, and I've took everything out. I've not kept anything in the old house because I'm like, I want a fresh, clean start, and that's how it should be with certain situations. You want to build a new situation, and also one of the roles that's in there, like you mentioned already. We'll talk about it later on more depth, but they're saying that you're not basically having control over signings. You're limited to a head coach. That role there. And can Ten Hag deal with that? He can. So far, he's loved every single bit of the control. He's loved it.
Yo, him and his agent got
whether
rich,
it's
mate.
loans,
him and his
whether
agent
it's
are
like
the money.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say, bro. Now his business is affected. Now his wallet's affected. You know what I mean? Man can't do that business at Ajax. No disrespect. He can't do the business at Bayern Munich. But United, come to my agency. You know what I'm saying to you? This brother, Amrabat, is he in the same agency as Amrabat, by the way? I don't know,
I don't know. But
let me know in the chat, man.
I don't know, but one thing I do know, him and his agent made big money, mate. Club. I mean, he came out. It was so much so that they asked him in a press conference that you just sign players that are that you're. They asked him that. They asked him that didn't they? They said you signing certain players, you and your agent of your agency. You know what I mean? Your agency. Remember, Frankie de Jong, I think my last year's the same agent as him.
I'm going to find out now. I've got it here.
Players. Yeah. They asked him in a press conference and he said, yeah. But then he said the club's got a veto. He's got a veto and the club have got a veto. But when you've got, what's the name? Myrtle Madness. Myrtle was just giving him the green, checking it. Yo, I don't know what I'm doing. So at this level, I don't. I knew football. The women's game, I knew what I was doing. At this level, I don't know what I'm doing. So you just do.
I'll tell you the players. I'll tell you the players now. I've got it here now. Here. So you've got Rasmus Højlund, Cody Gakpo that he wanted to sign, by the way. Remember that one as well. Remember that one that he wanted to sign, by the way, people. Cody Gakpo. You've got Marlon that we're linked with as well. Donny Marlon, Flecken, Sergio Gomez, Derun, Victor Gomez, Tyler Morton, Clemens, who else is in there? Daley Blind, Murillo. Who else is in here, man? Right, they got a big system in there, man. Any players that we know here? No, Strootman. Man, they got a big list, man. Flipping hell. Owen Beck, Villa, nah. Mostly from the Dutch league, anyway.
I thought Frankie de Jong was a similar agent as well, if I'm not mistaken. Or did he change agent?
No, I don't think so. I think he might have changed agent, to be honest with you. So, yeah, man. Nah, listen, man. Like I said to you, it's a very, very, it's a fishy one, man. I can't lie to you, man. People are saying, we want to sign Rabiot. Bro, I don't know, man. But ultimately, when you look at the whole situation right now, we just need to be one step ahead, man. And like I said, it comes down to competing, man. I want to compete next season, man. I'm sorry, man. I want to compete. I don't want to be like lurking around 4th position again, man. 4th, 5th. You know what I mean, bro? Like struggling to get into the Champions League again. I want to see you compete.
You and Ole going to Southgate?
Nah, not. I'm saying it won't be him, man. Like, I'm sorry, man. You know,
they were putting the feelers out there. I'm telling you, when you've got too many places, it's the brief. If it comes from one journalist, it's different. When it comes to a couple of 3 or 4 different journalists are getting that, are running with the story. That's the brief, bro. That's
because you know what it is, though. Come on, Nuruddin. United news sells, innit? And especially news that is negative, innit? In terms of Southgate. If I put now, Nuruddin, Manchester United are after Southgate. You know how much clicks that's going to get? Rather than Man United are in for Ruben Amorim. Come on, bro. What's going to get more clicks? It's going to be Southgate. Because everyone's going to be like, what's going on here? Who's made this report? Who's done this? Who's done that? You know what I'm saying? So that will be a more kind of interesting story, and everything. Then it's a more of a talking point. Whereas Ruben Amorim, nobody really knows about him. Well, if you've watched him, then that's cool. But if you've not watched him and you don't know about his history and what he's done at Portugal and in Sporting Lisbon, then you're not going to really take notice. You're just going to be like, well, I don't really fancy him. You know what I mean? Because people will say, I want familiarity. You know, that's the situation right now. I've seen a few videos of that, and people saying, I'm more after familiarity rather than a guy that I don't know. But that's down to you. It's not down to me. That's down to yourself.
The only
Looking at other sports and looking at other leagues.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The biggest thing for me is that I do think there is a bit of me that with Ten Hag, because Ten Hag did me so dirty. He did me so dirty, man. Like he catfished me. I'm just a bit nervous about a guy coming from another league. You know what I mean? Into the because let's be honest, Musa. Let's be honest. The Premier League is a different level of monster, man. It's a different level of monster, especially when we got the absolute coward players that we have. You know what I mean? If you had
a United curse, man.
Young team,
if
you had a young team who were just fearless, it's a different story. But we've got cowards, and now all the PR is done. Now I'm just getting a little update on my Twitter. Bruno Fernandes is back. He's back. And
no, but it's because he's asked to do different things, man. Bruno's asked that. Even when I saw the game the other day again for his international, and what he's asked to do in the middle of the park, it's just totally day and night compared to what we ask him to do at United, man. He doesn't have that freedom. Yeah, proper. Yeah, so I just look at United as well. I'm hurt as well, Nordin. I'm not going to lie to you. I told someone the other day, I think it was Rance, I said, when it comes to the manager we won in, the way I was behind Ten Hag, I'm scared to get behind anyone now, boy. Because I was behind it. I thought he was the man to bring in. Based on what I saw, the catfish was real. Like, I walked down the aisle and I got married. That's what happened with Eric Ten Hag. And then, wedding night, it was all nuts. It's not what we expected. So I'm just scared to get behind anyone. This is why now I want the club to do their job. And this is why I'm putting so much pressure on getting Ashworth into United ASAP for the team to get together and to be able to get things into place so that they can go and get the best manager and go and get him the players that he needs to start the season well. We got the championship, we got the Euros in the summer. Things are going on. We need to get players and we need to get the right manager in. Or if you're going to get behind Eric Ten Hag, just even like I've got to the point where if they're going to give Eric Ten Hag another year, just say it. Back the manager now, then.
That's exactly.
Just say it.
You know what? I'm with you on that one. Just say it because I think everyone needs like clarity. You know what I mean, bro? Everyone needs clarity, man. There's some news coming out. Ineos. If Ineos have currently no plans to attack Eric Ten Hag this summer, they are waiting for Dan Ashworth appointment. He and Omar Berrada will make the decision. So there you go, man. But that's what I'm saying. You got to wait until these guys come in the door, and then we sort out the situation. It's like it's a bit sticky, man.
Wait and see, FC. Here we go. Wait and see, FC.
But even Eric Ten Hag, though, like, man's got 1 year left on his contract, though. This is why it's so sticky, you know, Mandem, yeah. He's got 1 year left on his contract, yeah. If, like I said to you, he does stay, yeah, they then have to decide whether to give him a contract next year. And then that whole situation there is massive.
And you know what
I mean? So that's why I'm saying it's easier to sack him now and get rid of that whole important decision. Because now it's going to be, well, you give him a decision. Then you've got the whole next 6 months of, he's got 1 year left on his contract. What's going on?
And then when he's got 1 year left on his contract, then players were thinking, I ain't listening to you, pal. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to be here. The club are not giving you a United fan.
I don't support Ten Hag. I don't support Ten Hag and I don't support players. I support the club. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, they're part of the club, but I'm going to be here when the players leave. We'll be here when the manager leaves. You know what I'm trying to say to you? So we support Man United as a whole club. So this idea that you then can say to us, well, you got to wait here. And that's what I'm saying. Make a decision now. If it is staying and is going, then we all know. And then
Let me just preface that by saying I support the history, the traditions from the Newton youth days, the green and gold. That's who I support. I don't support the Glazers. I don't support Jim the Judas. I don't support any of these clowns and these PR.
You had to do that.
I don't support any of those. I don't support any of those. I don't support some of these players who are cowards and some of these managers this manager that he's the worst manager because he's the guy that I wanted at Manchester United, and he catfished me the most. He's the one that catfished me the most. That's why I'm nervous about getting a manager from abroad. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah, of course, man, of course. But listen, like I said to you, man, I just want to see us improving it, you know what I mean, and us have a plan. And if we can have that, that's all I want, man. You know what I'm trying to say to you. So we'll see, man. But it's going to be a big end to the season. You know what I mean? We've got a big
If
game.
you got time, jump on. Saeed will send you the link if you got time, bro. Jump on.
Yeah, okay.
We're talking about Southgate and this PR, these players because they're playing well for the national team. I don't give a damn what you do. Yeah. I'm traumatized. So United. I am traumatized. Are you not been around for the last 11 years? Fergie before that was papering over the cracks. I am traumatized.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Manchester United to be winning trophies. I just expected to compete. We went from competing to absolutely being Europa League contenders and now conference, battling for the conference. Are you taking them? That's trauma. That is trauma.
Yep.
And then I got to hear the noisy neighbours and their 6 men and a blind dog. You know what I mean? Come on now.
Getting embarrassed in the Champions League now. Like, it's mad. Like, you see Arsenal, one thing I rate them as well is that they never got into the Champions League for years, but when they did get back into it, they're ready for it. Like, they're equipped. Yeah. We're just not equipped. Exactly we're going into it and we're getting embarrassed. At least be equipped, man. Be able to do something.
Well, that's why people say to me, Champions League football, do you want to get into it? I said, yeah, but at what cost? I want to get into it. Not with this manager. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I said it years ago. What's the point to go and get knocked out, to go and jump in the Europa? That's why
that makes
sense. Out of Ronaldo's time, the only benefit I got from Ronaldo coming back to Manchester United was what? That he saved me from the Europa League. He saved me. He absolutely to make sure I didn't get embarrassed again in being in Europa League.
Yep.
And Eric Ten Hag comes in and tells me he wants to win it. Get out of here, man.
Yep. 100%, man. Listen, people, let's get to 500 likes, people. We're going to wrap it up here. I'm just going to check the like. Check. 1 second. We have currently got 393. If we can get to 500 by the time we end up the show, please hit the like button. It helps the channel massively.
You know, they don't understand how much energy it takes, you know. They don't understand.
Trust me.
Yeah, come on, man.
I swear,
hit the like button, people, man. Big up to everyone who's super chatting. K-Mill today. Big up to Mackay. Big up to anyone who's super chatting as well. And commented. Big up to you lot, man. Appreciate it. Musa, we're going to be joining United Real Therapy. Come and join us, people. United Real Therapy. We're going to be discussing it in more detail, more length. I might have a video drop later on, so check out for that one. But big up to everyone locked in. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. And this has been a Straightjacket podcast 275. We're out. Wow.